Hey guys, in this little training, I'm going to show you how to make 100 social media posts with unique, beautiful images, unique, captivating quotes and tips, really whatever you want. This can be applied to any business that you want, any service, any product, anywhere where you need to have a social presence. So you want to have posts that fill up your Facebook or your Instagram, or you want to have, maybe you can post these on Pinterest and get a lot of traffic that way. There's a lot of different uses for this strategy that I'm going to show you. It uses ChatGPT and Canva. You've probably heard of those. If you haven't heard of those, you're probably living under a rock. But anyway, I'll show you this training. If you're watching this, you're probably associated with my wife, Denise Walsh, who runs the Coaching for Coaches community. And so I'm putting together this training. This is something we're using for her business. It's working incredibly well, and I'm sure it could work for yours. So anyway, I will get started here. Okay, so the first step in this process is to ask ChatGPT to generate us 100 different sayings, tips, quotes, things that we can use on our social media that will be beneficial to our demographic, our target market, whoever we're working with. So for this specific example, I'm going to do coaches, but know that you could use this for, if you're a realtor, you could say spit out 100 different things to do in the city I live in. Or if you own a roofing business, you could say, what are 10 telltale signs that my roof's going to fail? And each one of those different items could be created into a new image that you could then use on social media. So to get started with, I created a prompt that I have used previously. Now you can use ChatGPT 3.5 or 4. They both work. I'm going to use 4 because I do have the paid version, which is $20 a month, and you can do that if you want. Otherwise, it's free. The free version works just fine. And we're going to paste this in here. Okay, so I'd like you to generate 100 quotes, tips, or sayings that would be inspirational for someone dealing with, and you could change this to whatever you want. This could be 100 quotes, tips, or sayings that would be helpful for someone moving to Grand Rapids, Michigan, right? If I was a realtor. Or I did this for a divorce or breakup, because maybe you're a coach that helps people that are dealing with divorce or something like that. You could also have trauma or grief. You could, you get the idea, right? These should be completely original, created by you. This is the really cool thing. This is not just, we're telling it to create these items, not just search the internet or look in its past database of things that it found. We're saying they should be completely original, created by you, and they're based on previous quotes and viral sayings that were extremely popular or famous. They should all be less than 30 words each. The reason I limit this to 30 words, and you don't have to do this, but I do that because then it makes it easier to format on an image. You can fit them all a little bit nicer. So anyway, I'm going to hit this, and this blows my mind every time I do it. They're so good. And I'll hit send, and hopefully there's not a delay. Actually, I'll pause this until it's all done. Okay, now ChatGPT has generated me 100 entries. If you take a look through these, they're pretty darn good. Embrace the change. It's just a new beginning wrapped in a challenge. Sometimes the hardest part isn't letting go, but learning to start over. They really have some depth to them. They make sense. They're good and they're unique. You can take these quotes and you can you can make them a blog post. You can make each individual one, obviously like we're doing now, would be a social media post that could have your own branding, your website on it, your picture, whatever you want to do, right? And so that's what I'm going to show you here. So we're going to take these 100 posts, and all we're going to do is we're going to scroll down, we're going to select them all. And you don't have to do 100. You could do 10, and the same principle applies. And they could be tips, they could be anything, okay? So we're going to say copy. And then you're going to use, let's see, I already have a file here, so let's open this up. You're going to make a new spreadsheet. I use Google Sheets, but you could use Excel, or whatever version you want. Any software works. But we're going to paste these in here. And then we're going to go in and we're going to say file, or actually let's give this a name. We'll just say quotes, just for simplicity here. And we're going to say file, download, and you're going to want to download as a CSV. Okay, and then once you have that saved. Okay, so then we're going to go over to Canva, and I had this open already, but what you're going to want to do is search for a quote template, because we're going to take these quotes and sayings and things that we just generated, we're going to apply a template, and then we're going to create tons of them. So we're going to type in quote, and you can see that they have all these different templates, so really just fit one that kind of fits your style. Let's just try this one. This one looks simple and easy. Let's see, customize this template. Okay, and then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go over here to apps, And now a newer thing they started doing, it used to be you could upload 100 different entries at one time. Now they've capped it at 50, which makes, I kind of forgot about that when I started recording. So I'm going to show you how to do 50 of these at a time, and then you can just duplicate the process again. I'll show you that, but it's really not a big deal, but just a little bump in the road. Okay, so we're going to say you can either upload that file that we just had, but because it has 100, I'm going to say enter data manually, and I'm just going to copy and paste 50 at a time. So you'll see this here. Enter data, and then I'm going to go back to my sheet here. I accidentally closed it, so let's grab this. Quotes, and I am going to take the first 50 of these. Very easy. We're just going to copy and paste. So we're going to grab 50, copy, go back, and we're going to paste them, and then we don't need this column. We're going to delete it. The column name is name, so that's just, I mean, we could change that, but there's no real reason to. So we're going to say done. And then what we're going to do is what we want to do is we want to connect this column with this data to something on the page here. So we would say connect data, name, and now our quotes will now come into this spot. So our quotes are less than 30 words. I think this should fit just fine, but if we want to be a little bit more safe, we could, you know, change the font a little bit. Let's say 60, and let's say continue. Now you can see it just generated all these quotes. It's bringing them in, and we're going to say generate 50 pages. So boom, boom, boom. There we have. We now have 50 different graphics with different quotes all ready to go. Now something I should have showed you before we started is if you wanted to have something different on, so what you want to do is you want to brand yourself, you want to have a call to action, something like this. So for us, we would say like denisewalsh.com. But like for something like this, you could even add, you know, another field that says like, say like divorce coach, right? Because you're trying to find people who are, you know, dealing with that kind of situation in their life. And you could add that, and then you could generate the 50 pages, and then this would be on every single one. So then the next thing you can do is you can go ahead and you can play with these on an individual basis, which what I would do, just, you know, to make things a little bit different, is I would go into elements and I would search, you know, like I've recently used these, you can see, but you know, this is, you know, about divorce and breakups. So you could talk about love or romance. So if I type in love, you'll see I get all these photos and video backgrounds and different things. But if I say see all to the photos, what you can do is you can go in here and just kind of drag these in and make them the new background. And just go down the list, and you can see this doesn't take much time, and it makes them all original and unique. And it's just a super cool way to do things. And they look pretty nice, you know, and you can change, you can spend 5 seconds and switch these up a little bit if you want to make them look nice, right? So that is it. That's really all there is to it. That I just created, you know, 50 different graphics. Maybe it would have taken me 5 more minutes to go down and change these up a little bit. But then they're ready to go, and you can use a whole suite of tools to automatically upload these and schedule these on your social media across Twitter, across LinkedIn, across wherever you want, right? You understand that? And these really can bring in a lot of traffic and just keep you top of mind in front of your target audience. So I would just really recommend playing with this and overall just getting used to ChatGPT and all the cool things that you can do with it. And if that's something you're interested in learning more about, I'm going to be doing more trainings like this for Denise and the coaching community. So anyway, I hope you like this. I don't know where this is going to be posted, but I'm sure I'll find it when Denise adds it. And if you have questions or comments, you can put them beneath it, and I'd be happy to help you out. So hope you enjoyed. Thanks. See ya.